Have you ever wondered why usually new sales reps set more appointment or even get more deals than the vets? And this is actually crazy because it happens so many different teams and scenario, and where I even call it the NFG effect. Now I got this term from my previous manager, right? He always called me Quan the NFG, and I was like, what is that? Is this NPC from the video game or something? What is this term, right? And basically what it means is new freaking guy. When I was new to solo sales, I never knocked a single door in my entire life. I got out my first day, I got the same day close. And guess what? The team I was in is the best performing team in the entire companies out of the 11 teams at that time. And I was the only one who brought a deal home out of all these vets that have been doing door knockings for years. Some guys do it for 15 years. It's absolutely incredible. Why am I the only one? And after a couple of days, I got another deal. And after a couple of days, I got another deal. And I seen my other fellows, my fellow rookies, also set 4 or 5 deals, and I'm like, what is going on? And a few of the vets, right, been doing it for years, they're struggling. And day 5, day 6, they haven't set any appointment that closed yet, or they haven't gotten any deal yet at all. Absolutely incredible. And later, I figured out it's not all about the sales skills. See, some of these rookies have no experience knocking on doors. Well, how in the world I set more appointment and got more deals than the veteran who doing it for years, right? That's not our skill. If anything, they got more skills than us. But what we have is conviction. What we have is certainty. And it's crazy because here's a law of nature. Whoever has more certainty will end up influence the other person. Okay, and the law of nature is very simple. If you notice wind, how does wind work? The wind flow from hot region to colder region. Okay, and how does water flow? It goes from high place to lower place. It goes from mountain to anywhere that is lower, right? And eventually go out to the sea. So this is just a law of nature. Okay, so and you either work with nature or you work against nature, and you basically swim against the current. If I was to put it in a formula, and I got this from Alex Hormozi, it is skill plus certainty equal closing rate. Okay, now if we take a look closer at the skill, the sales skill, it only goes from 1 to 10, and conviction, the level is from 1 to 100. So guess what? Conviction and certainty is 90%. Sales only 10%. So you can be really good at sales 10 out of 10, right? But the rest of it, the red 90%, it relies on your certainty about the product, about what you are selling. Because at the end of the day, sales is all about transfer of energy. It's all about transfer of certainty. And if you're not certain about solar, guess what? You pouring from an empty cup. How can you pour from an empty cup? You can have the most beautiful cup, a golden cup, right? And that's your represent your sales skill. But then guess what? You pouring from an empty cup. Your water is running out. Many sales reps will start picking up negative beliefs along the way. So prospect would say something negative about solar, and guess what? You ended up believing it. Guys will start to build up these preconceived notion. Area is bad, and this neighborhood is not good, and this is something we call area bug. And guess what? Whenever you believe something is bad or negative, what happens to your certainty? It goes down. See, your sales skills can go up eventually because you get better at talking to people. And guess what? Be like, if he say this, and I would say this. If he say this objection, I would say exactly these words to get the objection. But the delivery isn't there. Like I say, right? You can't pour from an empty cup. You can have the most beautiful cup, but that needs some content. It needs water. And that water is your certainty. Okay? And along the way, when people are picking up negative beliefs, what happens to the water? It becomes contaminated. It becomes drained. So you need to fill up your cup. Now, that was the formula when it comes to the chance of you getting the appointment. This is a formula when it comes to increasing the quantity of your appointments, of your deals right here. It is work ethic plus conviction equal your number of appointments. Now, a lot of the times, the new guys, they have so much certainty. Is that, wow, solo is the best thing since sliced bread. I can't wait to talk to the homeowner. That increased massive motivation. That increased their work ethic so much. This is why they set so many appointments. Versus many experienced sales rep, they would think the sales skill have increased, which it does over time, right? But if you look at the formula, it's only 10%. So they think, okay, I'm good now. I can allow myself to work less, right? So their work ethic have decreased over time. And as a result, their number of appointments have gone down. To summarize it, certainty is the most important thing. Because if you are absolutely certain that solar is the best thing since sliced breads, and everybody must have it, you're gonna knock on every single door relentlessly, and you're gonna follow up relentlessly. Why? Because solar is the best thing since sliced breads. And you're gonna figure out what works and what doesn't work. And you're gonna figure out an effective way to sell to these people. Why? Because solar is the best thing since sliced breads. So let's coming back to that certainty and nurture that every single day. How did Martin Luther King gather 250,000 people to his public speaking event, right? With I Have a Dream speech. And there was no social media, there was no newspaper, no TV commercials about it. Guess what? Martin Luther King did not take any public speaking class, right? He's not a massive public speaker. But you know one thing he had is he had absolute certainty in his dream. That one day the black kid would play with the white kids and we all be integrated. And guess what? It happened, right? And maybe still need works, but guess what? It happened. His belief happened. And guess what? If Martin Luther King were to listen to what some of the racist people would said, would he even had a dream? He would have a nightmare, right? If he decided to listen to the racist people said about black people, about people of color, right? So Martin Luther King hold on to this belief. He reinforced this belief. He nurtured this belief like plants, like sacred water, that holy water that need to be protected, right? He decided not to listen to the negative stuff. And that's going to be the same thing. You need to figure a way to figure out how can you absolutely believe in solar that is the best thing since sliced bread. Now, what happened in every conversation, you either sell or be sold. You either sell them on the belief that solar is the best thing since sliced bread, or you be sold on the idea that solar isn't good. Now, the thing about solar is only 1% market penetration. That means out of millions, hundreds of millions of homes in America, only about 1% have solar. So guess what? There's a lot more to go. Okay, there's a lot more people to go. And guess what? A lot of people have negative belief about solar because it's new. Think of it when the internet first came out, right? Everybody say it's a fad. Google, what's Google? What's Yahoo? This is total scam, right? And now everybody use Google. Everybody use internet. Credit card first came out, nobody was using it. Be like, oh, it's a fad, it's a scam, right? And now almost everybody have a credit card. And that is the same thing with solar. When something is new, people are uncertain about it. Your job is to transfer that certainty to them so they can take action. And that is your job as an appointment setter, is to transfer certainty. And guess what? You need to nurture that certainty about solar. This is your job. Because guess what? If you're not certain about solar, about what you're selling, I really advise you stop selling it. You're better off selling something else. Maybe you should sell pest control and kill pets and sell chemicals. Maybe you should sell cars and put more carbon dioxide to the earth. Maybe you should sell something else if you're not certain about solar. But if you know inside that solar is going to be the future, which is the future, because guess what? Amazon, the headquarters, is already powered by solar, right? The biggest company in the world decided to go with solar. And guess what? Many U.S. military base and U.S. government places are powered by solar. So Guess what? Many people already decided to go solar. Most of California are already going solar. Texas is going to be the next big place. So are you going to take a piece of that pie and gain your certainty about it? That is your job. And I'm going to present you 2 ways you can gain your certainty about solar. The first way is you read news about it. You choose to read good news about solar. Hey, if Amazon decided to go solar, read about it. Why would they go solar? Why would the biggest company in the world go solar? Guess what? San Antonio, U.S. military base, have solar. They're powered by solar. Oh, why would they decide to go solar? Why is that? Every single day you want to read something about solar. This is not for the prospect. This is for you. Remember, it's a transfer of certainty. Now, the second way you can reinforce your certainty is to read more about testimonials. Find out about testimonials, right? Let's say if you're new and you don't have any testimonial, well, ask the closer, ask the manager, hey, can you show me some of your clients? How happy are they? How much money they save, right? Can you help me visit them? Let's say if you got a deal and you got an install, go visit the install, see how, climb on the roof and see that install it. Ask your client, are you happy? And what happened, you accumulate all of these stories in your head. And it's not only is a powerful sales tool, but it does a lot to your certainty. It's like, oh, I do good work here. Guess what? They pay nothing out of pocket and they pay less than what they were currently paying. And guess what? You provide them certainty about the future is that the electric bill is not going to go up. Kids don't have to pay electricities, right? Or whoever take over the house doesn't have to pay electricities. These are beautiful points that you accumulated, these beautiful testimonials and these news that increase your certainty. And you got to nurture this every single day.